Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm your host, Raylene Marks, and let's take a look at today's top stories. Well, we all want to avoid a possible third election this year, and at the moment we do have the major parties engaged in negotiations to try and come up with a unity government or a coalition or some sort of government that ensures that we don't head back to the polls. So as we're speaking, members of the Joint List Arab Party are meeting with Kahol Velavan, that's the blue and white. Their leader, Prime Minister designate Benny Gantz, is mandated with forming a coalition or unity government following the handback of the mandate to President Rivlin by Prime Minister Netanyahu. Also earlier today, members of the Likud and Kahol Velavan, which are the two biggest factions, met. We don't know what exactly was discussed, but apparently there has been no progress forward from those two parties. And then weighing in is the kingmaker, Avigdor Lieberman from Yisrael Beitenu. He says that the only way is a unity government. There is no other alternative. So the race is getting heated. The discussions are getting even more heated, and hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we really hope sooner rather than later, we will have news that Israel has a government. In other news, we have been speaking quite a lot about preparedness for an impending Iranian strike, and this is expected by the Israeli Defense Forces, who have said that with Israel firing on Iranian positions in Syria, we are expecting a major reprisal attack, and this could come in the form of either drones or from cruise missiles launched at the country from the ocean. But in preparedness, the Israeli Air Force today announced that all its air defense systems are on high alert for any impending retaliation attack, and this includes Patriot missile launches. It also includes David Sling as well as the Iron Dome. These are all, this is all information that has been made public. And we also spoke earlier this week about the embassies around the world who are also on high alert. Even though they might be closed because they are striking at the moment, they are still on high alert for any retaliatory attacks. Looking now at Europe, a lot of concern for the Israeli government as well as Israeli exporters, as a law could be put forward to all EU member governments that would ensure that the labeling of products that come from the settlements are not labeled made in Israel, but rather made in the settlements. This could be seen as a significant victory for the boycott, divestment and sanctions movement, as well as a significant blow to Israeli exporters. The law would ensure that all EU member states are complicit with this, although there have been states that have said that they refuse to participate in the relabeling of products, one of those states being Hungary. It just, this brings us back to a very, very painful time in Jewish history where not too long ago the Nuremberg laws were passed that labeled Jews as separate to the community, Jews are separate to the general population. Jewish businesses were singled out. Jews were forced to wear the yellow label in various countries that said Jew or Yudah or whatever was relevant in the country that they lived in. It harkens back to a time of intense persecution, and it also brings us back to a very, very painful time of our history which culminated in the Holocaust. The timing of this could not be more hurtful, as we are just 10 days before remembering Kristallnacht, night of the broken glass, which many see was the harbinger of things to come just before the Holocaust. So the Israeli government and our diplomats around the world are working tirelessly to try and ensure that this ruling does not come to pass. Well, these are all the top stories making headlines in Israel today. I can't believe it's Thursday already, which means we take a break until Monday. But if you want to, you can check out our website at www.layoftheland.online. That's www.layoftheland.online. You can read content that has been archived if you want to go back and read some interesting articles. While we're talking about boycotts, there will be an article posted, written by myself, about who loses when you boycott Israel. Also, as is our tradition, every Friday we take you to a different place around the country to post our Shabbat greeting from. And we invite you tomorrow to check out where in Israel is Lay of the Land. And you can also leave us a Shabbat Shalom greeting there. And while you're there, like us and follow us if you haven't already done so. And don't forget that we are also on YouTube. Look for our channel. It's called The Israel Brief. Click on the subscribe button and make sure that you get Israel's story out to the world. As many of you know, we can't rely on traditional media to get Israel's side of the story out. So it's up to you and it's up to us here at The Israel Brief. So from all of us at Lay of the Land and The Israel Brief, we wish you a peaceful, a restful, a wonderful weekend, and Shabbat Shalom until Monday.